Welcome back, darlings. In this week's video, I'm going to try and answer the question of whether a wheel-specific ceramic coating is needed or if it's just marketing hype. What I'm concerned about is whether we are being mugged off effectively and being told to buy two different products where actually you could just use the one everywhere and it would be okay. I've already seen on the trim, for example, Synergy 2 didn't do so well. Watch that video out there compared to Synergy Light or Geon trim in that case. But I want to see whether a wheel specific one is really needed. So this is Infinity Wax Synergy Revolution. This is Synergy 2, and I'm going to do it on my front left wheel, which is minging at the moment. So let's go have a closer look. What I'm planning on doing is having a control between the two. So I am going to do the valve stem one because I want to make sure that's the cleanest possible and then sealed up because the valve stem is this colour. But I'm going to go this one, and this one here will be the Revolution, and this one here will be, these two here will be Synergy 2, and then this one will be left blank, and then we can see what something has with no protection on and see how they fare up. So the first thing I'll do is clean these. I'm going to start off with Infinity Wax Incinerate V2 Neat. This is really potent, these are really bad. So we'll start off with that and then we'll crack on to the next steps.
So as I said, I'm using Infinity Wax Incinerate V2. That's on there neat, which is super strong. You very rarely need to use it neat. However, I really want to make sure these wheels are properly clean. So I'm going all in on the alkaline wheel cleaner, which is the Incinerate. Then I'm applying a fallout remover, in which case it's Liquid Fire. I was on the other wheel to start with, and the reason for that was I didn't have the footage for this. I didn't realise I hadn't pressed record, so I went and did that first stage on the other wheel so you can see. And I let the Liquid Fire sit there for about 5 or so minutes to react, to remove any fallout. And then I went with an acidic wheel cleaner. In this case, it's KKD Devil's Juice at 1 to 4. Now that is to remove any remnants and some any mineral deposits as well. And I dried it with my Nilfisk Buddy 2 in its blower function.
All right, so that's all the prep stage done. Now, I have got a couple of spots left here. So that there, that is a bit of tar. I haven't got the time to go and do tar and glue today. So all I'm doing now is just documenting what's there. And then we can exclude it when we look at the stuff in the future to see if it's been built up and stuff like that, as opposed to saying, oh, the coating didn't protect it. However, they are incredibly clean and ready to rock and roll. So put you back on the tripod, and now we're going to start with the application of the coatings. Okay, so for the sake of this application, I am just going to be using cotton wool pads as the applicators. The reason being is I'm not doing all my car today. I'm just doing this wheel for the test. I will do the rest of the vehicle, but when I'm doing that, I'll probably use a micro suede applicator. But today, I'm just going to use some cotton wool pads. So I've got them to hand. They're disposable, and bizarrely, they are actually relatively lint-free. So I'm going to start off with the Synergy Revolution, and I'm going to go do the valve center, the valve cap part, and do the one to the left of it. This one's going to be left blank. Then this one is going to have the Synergy 2. This one's going to have Synergy 2. Spoke-wise, these will be Synergy 2. This one will be Revolution. This one will be Revolution. That will be blank. I might even, actually no, I'm going to do 3 of these with Revolution. These 2, I want to make sure the spokes are covered. You'll notice, by the way, I'm not going to be doing the barrels. I possibly could, but you'd have to move the car around a bit for me here. And I can't get the wheels off. Merc have got a very special thing where you have to have like a proper puck to remove the to jack up and then be able to remove the wheels, and I don't have that. There's also a lot of plastic underneath, so I don't know where to put the axle stands. So that is just explaining a few bits as to why certain things are happening in a certain way, so we don't question them. Let's put a little bit more on that applicator now. There we go. It seems very easy on. I mean, then all coatings do generally feel pretty easy when you're applying them. They don't grab. It doesn't seem to be going on with too many high spots. with silver wheels, it's actually quite difficult to see where you've put the coating, so it's important to make sure you go over stuff backwards and forwards a few times. I can see here where it's gone on. It's on a bit thicker. Okay, so if I still applying? Yeah. Just about. I'll put a tab more on. I'm going to leave this one blank. I'm going to do the spoke there. I don't feel like the spokes are massively important to the test in terms of whether the coatings work. Like this bit in here is easily the work that gets the worst of it, isn't it? So we shall see. Tell me in the comments if you disagree. That's that one done. Now, onto the Synergy 2. I didn't do that face here, did I? So start off here. I haven't thought immediately that the Synergy 2 is thinner, or should I say that was it really obvious that the Revolution was thicker? It is a bit thicker, but it's not loads. It's nothing like the thickness of Geon Trim, for example, which is an incredibly thick dressing. Partly why it works so well, I think. You get a lot of products on there. Yeah, it's down here. Level off around the rim there. Sorry, not level, but apply around the rim. And open up there. If those fail, it'll be down mostly to application. Okay. Then, just going to leave that for a minute or two. While that's going on, cloth over the short nap side. So give it a gentle. Oh yeah, that's grabby. That's grabby. Could have been sitting there for a bit too long. So you can definitely tell something's on there. So I left this bit. This was the last bit I applied. Even that's still quite grabby. Marginally better. So I think I've either gone for it too quickly or a bit too late. I think it's too late when it's that grabby. So an interesting test here would be to just apply a bit more over it. With the solvent in there. Leave it just for a minute. What I'm going to do is fold over to the other side. We go on to the Synergy 2 bit now. Yeah, see, that's not grabby at all. I can't tell if it's rainbowed. I just can't see it in this light at the moment. You can tell it's going off. So switch back over to the other side and come back to that bit I just reapplied a bit more on. Yeah. Okay. Bit better that time. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the plusher side of that towel. And this side, this one here, we're going to do these spokes for the Revolution, and this side here I'll do for the Synergy 2, just to give it a quick final one. There we go, coating's applied.
Now, interestingly, in those markings there, basically I had some high points that I possibly didn't level that spoke, not sure. This spoke was fine, but you can see the brake dust was kind of beaded, and what happened was it was gotten wet, and that's what it done. So it was obviously repelling the dirt, so that was good. Giving them a quick rinse down now before I go in and do like a deeper, more powerful wash, but I wanted to see what was happening straight away. Definitely some hydrophobics there, as there should be. We're only a week in, it seems pretty comparable. Switching to the 20-degree nozzle here to give it a much more of a blast. The Revolution's really holding up well, as you'll see in a minute, as is the Synergy 2 as well. We're a week in. I wouldn't have expected there to be any performance difference here, apart from the fact that there may be a performance difference between these two products anyway. I wouldn't have expected anything to have broken down by this point, and I'm not seeing it, which is good. It does prove to me that they've both bonded correctly, so therefore the test is valid and we can carry on pursuing this throughout the year. now it's time to wash them, and I'm just doing this with Garage Therapy wheel shampoo V2, and that's 20ml in a 10 litre bucket, using the easy brush and the little mitt there. Quick rinse down, and then we see where we're really at with the 60-degree nozzles, gentle rinse. Yep, both of these are performing very well. Massive hydrophobics going on, as you'd expect to see. So 6-7 weeks later, and about 600-700 miles actually, which is actually quite a lot for me. I don't normally do that much mileage. So pre-rinse down now. Pressure washer has changed here. Now it's the Nilfisk P200 with the quick release adapter on and a 40-degree nozzle there. With that pressure washer, the 20-degree nozzle would be far too powerful actually to be using on a car. It's incredibly potent with the 40-degree nozzle. So yeah, that's about as much as I need on that. And it's been much more of a beating, but as you can see, the performance is largely comparable. The Revolution might be doing marginally better than the Synergy 2 there, but I mean it's close. I wouldn't be able to call it really. So I've gone and hit it with some auto wheel, built handle auto wheel, left that for 5 minutes, come back and give it another clean. And in the brush there, it doesn't have any wheel shampoo this time, it's just the brush and the mitt in fresh water because the detergents are being sprayed onto the wheels. Giving these a quick rinse down again, tires a quick scrub, why not, we're always there, right to do the right things. And then a rinse off. Now I've slowed this bit down as you can see, and it's good to see that at this point I don't think there's any difference between the two coatings. I'm pleased about that because the test again is still valid. We're about 2.5-3 months in now, I think, at this point. There was another wash in between which I seemingly didn't record. I don't remember not doing that, but there we go. That was just with wheel shampoo in between as well. So both holding up well. Are they making it easier to clean the wheel? I think so. The barrels are still a bit harder to clean and they're not coated. So yeah, that would line up, wouldn't it?
Where does this leave us then? 3 months in, they're both holding up well. Not much of a surprise there. So have I got any closer to answering my question? Potentially, but we're only 3 months in. So really we should be looking at this over 9 months to a year. That's going to be the interesting bit now. I think we can see how they get on over the winter. So I'm going to keep recording this every time I've washed it. I've actually done one in between the 2 bits of footage you saw, as I said. Didn't have any footage of that, so sorry. But again, it was beating up nicely. I'm not going to do any more fallout removing wheel cleans because that kind of really declogs them, removes the residue. We want to really see what the wheel ceramics or the other ceramic can do in and on itself, and then at the very end I'll do like a deep clean with the fallout remover, and then we'll see which ones light up the most. I think that's what I'm going to think. One bit to note is don't leave your squeegee stoppers in here. This is now absolutely gunked up and done, solid inside with ceramic material. Something else of note, because I was answering the question, is this just marking type? Apparently, this is also a very good plastic trim dressing, and I'm going to try it on the metal trim on my GLC, lurking in the background, because I started to do that test. I did Synergy Light versus Synergy 2 versus Geon trim, which is that video up there probably. That was interesting in and of itself, but I want to see now if that's supposed to be good at that. There's another use for this product, and therefore if it's good on the wheels, but it's not just good for the wheels, it's useful for something else. Tackling that question of, is it marketing hype or not? Anyway, that's where we're at right now. Stick around, bear with me, because I will now document up the next 6 months, and that's where the next video will be like 6 months later, see where we're getting on with that. Thanks for watching. Go and watch one of these ones, and yeah, see you in the next one.